This Sunday sees the 7th annual Double or Nothing. So with the clock ticking down, let's not waste any time and get into the rundown. Just a disclaimer before I start, I am recording this on Wednesday the 20th of May, 4 days out. The last episode of Dynamite before the show hasn't taken place. So I have got the list of the matches that have been confirmed thus far. So if anything else gets added, I won't be predicting it, I'm afraid, because I'm only doing what I've got here. And that is the first 8 matches, which I personally would say is a perfect card for AEW instead of 14. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into the card. Starting off with the first match of the night, which is Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW International Championship. Finally, we're getting this match. Is this going to be the culmination of this almost year-long feud that has been with these two butting heads? Is this when it's going to come to blows? I mean, I could see it being it, or it could be the setup for another match, possibly at Wembley. But either way, this is going to be such a great match. I mean, these two have been really great together. Their interactions on TV, in tag team matches where they keep costing each other the matches, and their match during the C2 was great. So yeah, this is going to be a fun match. No matter what the outcome is, it's going to be good, and to see where it goes next. Following that, we have FTR versus Edge and Christian. I will not be calling it Cope, for the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. And it is an I Quit match as well, with the added stipulation, if Edge and Christian lose, they must retire as a tag team, not as individuals, just as a tag team. Well, I called this in my last rundown for Dynasty, where I said you get in this match that they'll have the first match, FTR will win there, setting up a rematch at Double or Nothing, and here we are. So yeah. Again, this will be a great match. These guys are awesome together, so this is going to be a fun time. Let's just hope it's not going to be as long and as boring as Edge versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 36. You know, last man standing match in the PC, where it's just awkward grunting for 45 minutes. Yeah, let's hope it's not like that. Anyway, next up is a Stadium Stampede match of Chris Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, and the Elite taking on the Demand, the Don Callis family of Mark Davis and Andrade, and the Dogs. Now, this is just going to be fun. Anyway, this will be a fun match, because most Stadium Stampede matches are always fun. I will admit, obviously, when I saw Stadium Stampede the first time around up at Wembley, they're not the best matches to be there for live, because where everyone breaks off and goes around the arena or the stadium, it's very hard to keep track of what's going on. But at home, these are great matches. Is it anyone else, or is it just me that is still kind of surprised that we're still getting the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand in May, and they were feuding in August of last year? Just me? No? Okay. Next up, we have a fatal 4-way between Tekla, Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Championship. this is just going to be, hopefully, a really great match. I mean, look at the last four-way we had for the women's title back at All Out. It was great. This should be as great as well, considering who's in it. So yeah. Then we come to the first of the three quarter-final matches for the Owen Hart Cup tournament. And this first one, I'm very much looking forward to. And it might be my most anticipated match of the night. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay. With Will and the Death Riders story still going on, I have a feeling the Death Riders will play a role in this match. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a great match. And I'll tell you what, this is depending on how it goes, this might be a candidate for my favourite match of the year. The next quarterfinals match is Bandido versus Swerve Strickland. Now, much like I said that Ospreay Joe might be match of the year for me, Bandido Strickland has the potential of being match of the year candidate, because these two are great and they'll put on a barn burner. If you kick off the show with either of these two matches, you're in for a great night. So yeah, that's the two quarterfinal matches for the men's Owen Hart Cup. Then we get the women's quarterfinal match of Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor. And again, this is just going to be a great match. Two of the best and most popular women on the AEW roster getting a chance to shine on arguably AEW's second biggest pay-per-view of the year. So yeah, that is going to be great. And in our main event, it's Darby Allin versus MJF for the AEW World Championship in a title versus hair match. After Darby's shock defeat of Max and being the new AEW champion, to all the promo segments and the backstage segment of Max having to walk through the backstage, seeing every possible bald wrestler and bald extra AEW has to offer, getting a foreshadowing of what he'll look like. This is going to be an entertaining main event and has potential of being a show stealer, considering these two have had great matches in the past. So yeah, they are the official 8 matches that AEW have released, going off of Wikipedia and that. So if there is any more, I do apologise. I can only go with what I've been given. That being said though, predictions time. So right back to the top, Konosuke Kateshita versus Kazuchika Okada for the International Championship. I could go either way with here. I can see this being Okada wins and Don Callis finally turns on Takeshita and kicks him out the Don Callis family, because pretty much Takeshita is a babyface now. Or we could have the crowning moment where Takeshita vanquishes Okada, dethrones him, and that. So I personally think it might be going more Okada winning here, regaining the International Championship, with Don Callis turning on Takeshita, leading to a rematch at Wembley, where Takeshita will get the crowning moment in front of everyone at Wembley. So yeah, my prediction is Okada to regain the International Championship. Next, FTR versus Cope and Cage. Edge and Cage. Edge and Christian win here easily. This is just not it's not a hard decision. Like I said, called it in my Dynasty rundown. It's going to be first match goes to FTR. This match goes to Christian and Edge, and we'll get a rubber match potentially on Dynamite or at Forbidden Door. I don't see this lasting all the way to Wembley now. But yeah, Edge and Christian are your new AEW World Tag Team Championship champions. Stadium Stampede. Well, this is pretty obvious to me. It's going to be Jericho. It's going to be the babyface team. So Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, and the Elite. The babyfaces always stand tall in Stadium Stampede. It's what you want. You're not there. Whoever comes out on top doesn't always matter in these matches. It's more the spots and the enjoyable journey that the match takes you on. So yeah, the babyface team to win it in Stadium Stampede. Then we get the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's World Championship. And for me, I'm in between two people here. I could see Jamie Hayter getting the surprise win here, and we head into Wembley with her as world champion, as obviously she missed it and that last year, making her return at Forbidden Door. But I'm leaning more to Tekla regaining here, because what I'll do is when I get to the women's quarterfinal for the Owen Hart Cup match, I'll explain why. But I believe Tekla is going to regain her women's championship in this Fatal 4-Way. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay. I gave my thoughts on how where we're going for Wembley back in Dynasty. I'll lay it out here. We are heading to Will Ospreay being crowned world champion at Wembley. So I see this being a great match. Will wins, most likely with Death Rider's interference or knowledge helping them win here. But the point being, Ospreay wins here, and he's going to win the whole goddamn tournament and go on to Wembley. So yeah, Ospreay is my prediction here. Then on to the other men's quarterfinal match of Bandido Swerve. Swerve Strickland. You know how much I love Swerve. Of course I want to see Swerve win here. And this would line up perfectly considering what happened at All In Texas last year with Swerve and Ospreay being a tag team against the Bucks. I reckon the finals of this year's Owen Hart will be Ospreay versus Swerve, and that will come to blows there. So yeah, Swerve to win his quarterfinal match. Then we get the women's Owen Hart quarterfinal of Willow versus Alex Windsor, and I honestly believe Alex Windsor is winning here and will win the whole thing. I think we're heading towards Tekla versus Alex Windsor for the Women's World Championship, and I think we're going to have, at the end of Wembley in August, both new men's and women's world champions. They're both going to be Brits, and they're going to be Ospreay and Alex Windsor. So yeah, my prediction here is Alex Windsor to win. And this brings us all to the main event of the evening of Darby Allin versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. This isn't a difficult one for me. I know exactly who's winning here for me. It's an easy pick. It might not be the most popular one, but it's MJF I'm going for here. I honestly think Max is winning here. Now, nothing against Darby. He deserved winning the world title for years and deserves to have a long run. But when looking at what's coming down the line, and that being Wembley, on paper, even though Darby versus Ospreay would be a great match, the crowd's going to cheer both of them. You need the crowd to get behind one guy and boo the other, and that is Max. I mean, it worked brilliantly last time that it was Ospreay versus MJF at Wembley. It worked, and they had a great match. This being said, though, I see Darby almost not fully being a transitional champ, but just being a placeholder for a quick bump in the ratings. And this not being said, like, he will not win the world title again. Hell no. I think Darby's going to win it again, potentially, maybe later in the year, maybe next year. But yeah, I think MJF is going to regain the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, but most importantly, keeping his hair. So yeah, MJF to win. So they're my predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2026. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more videos to come. And give us your predictions in the comments. I'd like to hear what you think of what Double or Nothing's turning out to be. Until next time, see you. Thank you. Bye.